Hey everybody, it's Catherine. What's up? I get asked, what does it look like to manifest from unity consciousness? And I tell people that, well, this is what we teach in Unity School. This is my private community on the school platform where we talk about how to manifest your reality from the state of unity consciousness. And I know that sounds kind of nebulous and a little woo-woo at first, but it's actually extremely practical, and even better, it works and it feels amazing. So next month, the month of October in Unity School, we're going to be focusing on money. We're going to spend the entire month focusing on money. And you'll realize when we talk about these things in Unity School that one thing is the same as anything else, that money is a manifestation, a divine manifestation of the universe, and it's just energy. And so when you become very practiced at flexing your mind in a certain way, and I'm going to talk about that in a second, you realize that manifesting one thing or how you do one thing is the same as you do anything. So I'm going to give you a very real example, something I shared in one of the communities that I'm in today, where we are celebrating our master manifestor status with each other as we share our wins and our expansions. And I was relating a story today, and I thought, how great to share this with my community and give you a very concrete example of what it looks like to manifest money from the unity consciousness paradigm. So here it is. For the last 4 nights, I have been focusing on, before I go to bed, in the state akin to sleep, which is the SATS state, where you're going into that drifting, you're moving from alpha state consciousness into theta, your body's relaxed, you're ready to go to sleep, your body's getting all the signals and cues that it's time to rest, and the brain is very, very suggestible in this place. So when you're focusing on things before you go to bed at night in this state, you're making a very powerful impression on your subconscious of what is real for you. So I use this time, and I'm going to teach you how to do it too in Unity School. I use this time to focus on what I want to create, what I want to experience, what I prefer to experience. And so I was focusing last 4 nights on a client that I worked with. Services have already been rendered, and for a number of reasons, doesn't matter why, she wasn't able to pay me at the time. And it's a big old chunk of money. And we made an agreement at the time that, okay, I understand your circumstances, but by the end of 2024, can we talk about either creating some sort of payment plan for you or paying it in full? And so in my imagination, I am interfacing with this client. I'm looking at her and she's looking at me, and we're having a conversation. Now, in the conversation, this imaginal act of me having this conversation with this woman in this state where I'm drifting off to sleep, I'm having a conversation with her that's very compassionate, it's very loving, and I'm seeing her as a reflection of myself, because everything in your outpictured reality is a reflection and a projection of your inner state. And so in the unity consciousness paradigm, which is what I teach and share, everything and everyone is just you under different circumstances. And so I am in this imaginal state, picturing this woman as just an extension of myself. She is me, and I am her. And so any way I'm going to talk to her is how I want to be talked to. Any way I treat her is how I want to be treated. Any way I exchange words with her or converse with her, I want to be kind. I want to be compassionate. I want to be caring and considerate, because that's exactly the way I want to be spoken to and treated in any exchange with any other person. Okay. And so we're having this conversation in the dream. And this process only takes like 5 minutes. If you're very practiced and you flex your mind in a certain way to be very focused. And yeah, that takes some practice, but you can get there. Anybody can do this. I did this practice in about 5 minutes, under 5 minutes, just going to sleep at night, imagining this conversation. And then in the conversation, I imagine her saying to me, hey, I apologize. It's taken so long for me to get this together or whatever. And I don't even have her go into the reasons or anything. It's just, thank you for giving me this opportunity, and here's your money. And in the imaginal conversation, the physical exchange of her handing the exact amount that she owes me, she's handing it over to me, and I'm taking it, and I can feel it, and I'm making it real, and I can feel the money in my hands. It's cash money, US dollars. I can feel it in my hands. I can lift it up to my nose and I can smell it. And I feel the bulk of what this amount of money feels like in my hand. And I say, thank you very much. I appreciate that. That's wonderful. And we part as friends. And there's a lot of peace and a lot of love. There's a feeling of relief. So you make sure you go into the feeling, because the feeling is the key, not just the imaginal act, not just the visualization, but feeling it. And when you amplify that feeling with love, gratitude, and relief, then you go to sleep in that feeling. And so today I woke up and I got a message from this client, and she said, Catherine, thank you so much for giving me the support when I really needed it. I'm sorry I couldn't give this money to you sooner, but here's everything. And then she, through a PayPal account that is linked between our accounts, she sent me the exact amount of money that was owed, and plus a little bit more for the inconvenience. This is not a coincidence. Okay, this is not random. This is you as a powerful agent of creating everything in your reality. It was me as a powerful agent of creating everything in my reality. And if you are focused, and if you add love into this feeling of everything and everyone that I think is outpictured as my physical reality is just me. It's a reflection of me under different circumstances. And so I'm going to treat everything and everyone like an extension of me, how I want to be treated, how I want to be cared for, how I want to be supported, how I want to feel abundant, how I want to feel at peace, relieved. So when you do this process, it sounds very simple. And maybe even some of you are saying, blah, 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 I've heard this before. Fine. But if you want to learn how to do it, and if you want to know the mind flex that it takes, because you do need some discipline in order to do this, when you learn to train your mind, it's kind of like becoming a Jedi. It's becoming like a manifesting Jedi. You're training your mind, because the mind has a tendency to think it's you. You are so much more than the mind. You are an eternal, limitless creator being using a mind to help you navigate this experience. But when you embrace the fact that you are the pilot of this mind, that you are the navigator using the navigating equipment of the mind, it's a total game changer. And when you also add on to that the fact that we are living in a holographic simulation of reality, in the holographic organizing model of reality, it is exactly that you are everything and everyone, just under different circumstances. And so if you're treating that premise with the respect and all the love that it deserves, you'll find that you're mirroring back an experience of more preferable reality. That's, once you get into this practice mode of flexing your mind, disciplining your mind, practicing your mind in a certain way, it becomes easier and easier over time. So this is what we're focusing on in Unity School next month. We're focusing on money, everybody's favorite topic. I'm very committed to my community, to all my clients, to making the best of the rest of 2024. And this is one of the ways I want to do that in Unity School. And I know that, a lot of people can have buyer's remorse from purchasing things, especially manifesting courses and whatever. But the way I do Unity School, this membership community, is very different. Instead of buying into a course that you might have buyer's remorse for at some point, like I have with a lot of courses that I've taken, this is a membership community. So you could just join for 1 month. You could join for 1 month and you could, be like, well, I'm not locked in for 4, 5, 6 months or a full year. I can leave after a month if I want to. I can leave after 2 months if I want to. But hey, if I love it here, psst, and wink, wink, nudge, nudge, you'll want to stay. And what's even better, it's only $149 a month. So if you can put down that amount of money and say, okay, I'm going to get the most out of this next month in Unity School, guess what? You will. And you'll walk away with a completely different experience about what you think about money. The way you've interacted and had a relationship with money up until now will change. And you'll feel more empowered and emboldened to know how to magnetize and manifest more of it in your life. So come and join us in Unity School if this message speaks to you. If this has found you today, it's for a reason. Nothing is random. Nothing is a coincidence. And if you heard this story and it resonates with something that is going on in your life too, we get to work with this premise in any way, shape, or form concerning money or anything else for that matter. So I hope this message finds you well. Have a beautiful day.